Okay, let's get into the good stuff. Top 5 best purchases of the year. And I guarantee I will buy more in 2026. It does the job when it works. Red flag number 1, when my credit card alerted it as fraud. And I was like, nope, I meant to do that. Try again. Hello friends, Adriana here and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, normally I post week in my life vlogs, lifestyle vlogs, that kind of thing, but every once in a while I like to sprinkle in a little sit down chit chat video. And I thought it was only fitting, as we are coming to the end of the year, to go over some of my best and worst purchases of 2025. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna save the best for last, and if you've been watching, I'm curious if you can guess what my best purchase is. This was like the easiest one, hands down. I was like, that's the best one. It has been such a great purchase, and I haven't even had it that long. There's a hint for you. Let's start with the worst. I have had quite a year of spending, and I've been in this apartment for a year, and one of the things I was so excited about is that there are grills outside. So obviously I had to purchase grill equipment. Hold please. Do you see the dust on this stuff? I think we used the grill brush once. I think we used this and then I put it back in the plastic. Didn't use these two. So excited to have a grill. If only it worked. They heat up, but they're electric grills, with I didn't really know existed in like buildings like this. I was fully expecting like gas grill, you know, like turn the propane on, whatever. That's at least what I grew up with in the suburbs. That's what I expected. I've had other friends who had grills in their buildings or in patio areas, and that's what they had. So we got the grill stuff, and my boyfriend and I were making a steak. We were all excited. We were gonna make this skirt steak. There's no temperature gauge on the grill, so we had no idea like when it got to temp for searing a skirt steak on a grill. And 2, because it is electric and doesn't have the flame, you don't get the sear and grill marks. So we used it one time. It took us like an hour to grill the steak, and we were like, don't even know if it's done. And we never used it again. So like, not the worst purchase, but like definitely not useful right now. Maybe down the line when we move to another apartment that has a grill that works better, or buy a house that has we get a grill for, you know, like down the line I can see this being useful. But being in a New York City apartment where like storage is so precious, like you don't want to just have stuff that you never use and be storing it in a space that you could be using to store other things that maybe you do use somewhat often. So this, I don't even think it was that much. I think we maybe spent like $20, $25 on it, but it just wasn't a good one. So this I would say is like a not great. We're doing 5 in each category. This was like the 5th. Like, it's not terrible, not the best. It's just like not the best. Moving on to a bathroom item that I will go grab. Actually, I think this one's better for a field trip. Come with me. So in my bathroom, I have always liked the idea of some like under sink lighting. You know, when you wake up in the middle of the night, you gotta pee, you don't wanna turn the bright lights on and like wake up. You want it to be chill and like be able to go back to sleep. So I got these under cabinet lights that are motion activated. Love it. So perfect for what I'm looking for. Except there's no way to set the amount of time that it's on. So after like 30 or 45 seconds, if you don't move, it turns off, which like not a big deal. You're sitting on the toilet, you can just kind of like kick your leg and it turns back on. But there's also no indicator as to the charge of it. You have to plug it in to charge it. So it's just like an inconvenience thing. Like there have been times where I forget to charge it and I'll go months without remembering, because it also takes like hours to fully charge, and then it lasts about a month before it dies, and then you have to charge it again. And it's just one of those things where it's like annoying. This is very much a first world problem, I'm aware, but I wish there was a better thing for the purpose that at least would like tell me how charged it is, or maybe could be plugged in all the time, but like also under sink, there's not an outlet right there, so it wouldn't look good. There would be like a wire moving around, and like in a bathroom, you don't just want wires hanging, you know? So that was our second worst purchase of the year. Like, it does the job when it works, but could be better. Number 3 worst purchase would be 12 months of facials. If you've been watching the vlog, pretty much every month, actually not pretty much, every single month I have been going to get facials. It was something that I wanted to like treat myself to last year as I was like, I turned 29 and I was like, you know what? I want to enter my 30s feeling good and taking care of my body and doing something more for myself. And I never had bad skin growing up, and then the pandemic happened and I got really bad maskne, and then like kind of figured it out, but then it was coming back, and like my skin just hasn't been the best in my late 20s. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna enter 30 like feeling good, having really clear, nice skin. And so I was getting monthly facials and they were good. Like, I was doing hydrofacials, I got some laser facials, going to the same place, same esthetician every single time. But honestly, I don't know if it's maybe that they just weren't doing the right things for my skin, and maybe I should have given them more feedback so they could adjust things, and like they were adjusting, but I feel like after every single facial, my face would just break out. I've noticed for me, like, less is more, so maybe it's just too much, but that was definitely a pretty penny that I've spent on facials over the past year. That, like, my skin isn't terrible, but you know, I have these little breakouts that it's just not where I would want it to be or where I thought it would be after 12 months of paying. Not like an insane amount, but a decent amount on facials. So if you have any recommendations for that one, comment down below. Next up on the list, one of my best friends was getting married in Spain this past October. You may have seen the vlog. And I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to learn Spanish for so many years. And I was getting Instagram ads constantly for this language learning app called JumpSpeak, where it was basically AI, like you'd have conversations, so it wasn't just like Duolingo where you're just like tapping things and like learning a language word by word, but it was more learning how to have conversation and learning in a more like fluent way. And I was like, you know what, I'll do it. Like, I could really commit to it for like 3 months. I think I got it in June. And I was like, okay, I have middle of June, July, August, September. I was like, I have 4 months until the wedding. Like, that's enough time to be able to at least say like pleasantries, have super simple, like first grade level conversations, one would think. Yeah, that didn't happen. I think I used the app like 3 times. So maybe it's not so much a bad purchase because it could work. I just didn't give it the effort to make it so that it worked. So basically, as of right now, I plan on canceling it before it renews next June. If you've used JumpSpeak, comment down below if you actually commit to it. Did it work for you? Because I would love to know. And I do really want to learn Spanish because it would be so helpful living in New York and working in, like, I work in fitness, but you know, like there are times where people come in and they only speak Spanish, and it would be very useful to be able to communicate in another language. I also feel like Spanish is like, next to English, the language that most people speak, so it would be useful. But so far it's been a waste of my money. Worst purchase of the year goes along the line with my friend's wedding. So I was in my friend's wedding party, and being the procrastinator that I am, I waited a little too long to purchase my bridesmaids dresses. I ordered from a website. Well, the first dress that I wanted wasn't going to be available to ship in time by the time I was ordering. So I was like, okay. Found another dress from the links provided, and I was like, okay, this one will work. I'll get it in 2 different sizes just in case, because I wasn't sure if I'd be a small or a medium. Red flag number 1, when my credit card alerted it as fraud. And I was like, nope, I meant to do that. Try again. Get the email confirmation, whatever. Dress barn, great. Then I get the tracking link information like a week or so later, and it's like, no data. I'm like, this is weird. Some spidey senses going off. Red flag number 2, no tracking information. Then I'm looking closer and I'm like, it's not dress barn, it's dresses barn. Then I get tracking information that does work. Says that the order's been delivered to Miami. If you figured it out, if you've been paying attention. I don't live in Miami. Also, it said it was delivered before I even ordered the dresses. So I emailed the team and I was like, hey, this isn't my tracking information, or something's wrong here, because it's showing it was delivered to the wrong address and before I even made the order. So then they're like, oh, so sorry, send me new tracking information. Finally, it's like, okay, this seems legit. Fingers crossed, maybe it'll all be okay. A week goes by. The package arrives. Not only is it not the dress that I ordered, but it's 2 completely different dresses. So I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Neither of those are wedding appropriate, and I don't have time to try something else with you. So I was all set to just get a refund, but this is shipped from like China, and they were like, okay, you can send the dresses back. Once we get them, we'll give you the refund, but you have to figure out how to send it back. Option 2, which was keep the dresses, do what you want with them, we'll give you a 30% refund. So kind of them. So we went with option 2 because I couldn't figure, it was like the shipping process. I was like, okay, what if I spend money to ship it back and then they don't even refund me? And then I've spent money on the shipping. So I was like, whatever, I just want whatever I can get back. So I got 30% back on the order, and I have 2 dresses that I don't want. So let me know if you would like a, oh, the tag's not even on it. I think this one might be the medium. Has this mesh in the middle. It's a tulle long skirt, and it's like a maroon red dress. Or, you know, hey, maybe Valentine's Day with this massive slit on the side that goes basically up to my hip. Sparkly red dress. Let me know if you'd like either of those. One's a small, one's a medium. I'll confirm which in the description, but maybe I'll do a giveaway, or you'll see them on Poshmark or Facebook Marketplace or somewhere if you follow me on anything. So that would be my worst purchase because it was just poor planning, and I should have listened to that first red flag. But let's get into the good stuff. Before we get into my 5 best purchases of the year, we're gonna do some honorable mentions because I moved into this apartment just over a year ago. So I spent a lot on like getting furniture and things for the apartment, and I just felt like there were too many things that I was like, this one's good, this one's good, this one's good. So we're doing like honorable mentions of some of the apartment furniture things that I got that I'm just obsessed with or use every day. So let's go on a little apartment tour of some of those goodies. We'll start off here in the living room. Well, nothing in here was like on the list, but don't mind my tripod on a box. But these bar stools are from Wayfair. These were one of the first things I purchased for the apartment, and they've been awesome. I like that they swivel. I like that they have this footrest. Those were two things that I really wanted. I wanted like something with a back that didn't like look like, a lot of them had the weird footrests where it kind of looks like you're at like a hairdresser, like a hair salon, and I didn't like that. So I really like the full circle on the bottom. It's like no matter which way you're seated, you can rest your feet. And the back is like just the perfect height so that you can like lean back and sit comfortably. I will say the height of these is like just perfect to the level of the counter that they have started to scratch a little bit. I mean, they were like, I think $130 on Wayfair, so what do you expect? It's not like pure wood, that's definitely like wood vinyl. But for the price, functionality, design, 10 out of 10. Then, in my bathroom, we have my little cactus plunger and toilet brush. Oh, can we focus? There we go. You know, if you're gonna have something that is for functional use in like a bathroom, might as well make it fun. You know, like how cute. They're just little cacti, and they're like a fun pop of color in a very white bathroom. So I love them. And I think they were maybe like 20 bucks or something. So just a favorite of mine. I think that's it in the bathroom. Let's go to the bedroom. In here, the newest addition is this bench that also has storage. I've moved all of the bedding in here, which has been so helpful for freeing up space in one of my closets. This was a Black Friday purchase that I got for myself that I love. And then right behind me, if y'all know, there was a bit of a dilemma that I had because this shade was a pretty penny and I bought it, and then I also bought curtains, and I was like, which do I use? Which one's better? And I was like, you know, the shade is so nice because one, it's a blackout shade, and two, you just have to pull it or push it up. So it's like the ease of use is wonderful, and it's renter friendly because I didn't have to drill it in. You can just adjust the, it's like a tension rod. It's like a tension rod on the top. So super easy, really good for like renter friendly, but it was like, I think it was like $225. So like it was expensive, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna stay here for more than a year. So I was like, do I really want to spend that much for an apartment for 1 year? And then I don't know if it's gonna fit wherever I go next or if I'll be able to resell it, but I'm staying here for at least 2 more years. My lease is signed. I've started my new lease. So I'm very happy that I splurged and stuck with this instead of just like a curtain. The functionality of it is 10 out of 10. And then one other bedroom thing are these nightstands that I got off Facebook Marketplace that match the dresser. Excuse the mess on top. But that match this dresser that I actually got from someone in my old building, like my first 9 months of living in New York. Got this dresser, and when I moved in here, I was like, okay, we really need nightstands. So I'd been looking, and I was like, oh, I found these that matched the dresser. So we have matching nightstands on both sides. Don't mind those. Those are my new electronic cuppers. If you know, you know. I actually used it last night and it worked wonderfully, but that's like a brand new purchase, so I didn't want to involve that in this because I haven't had time to really test it out, you know? So those are like the honorable mentions of the apartment that I just love and that I purchased in 2025. Okay, let's get into the good stuff. Top 5 best purchases of the year. Some of these you might be like, really? I don't know, but best purchases for me. Like, I've used them a lot. They are functional, good price for what they are. So, getting right to it. Number 5, we're gonna work our way up to number 1. Number 5 is this steel pot that I think was like $20 from TJ Maxx, And if you guys watch, like, we use this all the time. My boyfriend is low-key a chef. He does incredible things in the kitchen, and we've been making a lot of soup since it's cold, and this has been like bang for buck one of the best purchases this year, just because of the value and how much we use it. Like, per use, we're in the cents by this point, you know? So, number 5, best purchase of the year. Next, honestly, it's kind of funny. Some of these things are very small, but like I use them so much that they're in my top 5. And the next one are these Amazon sandals that I have worn so much. They're perfect for like dress up, dress down an outfit in the summer. Like, obviously very seasonal. But my boyfriend and I just went to Barbados for an early birthday trip for me, and these were the only like nice shoes that I brought. They dressed up every outfit, and I can even wear it casual, like with shorts, but I wear them with skirts, dresses, and they were such a staple. I've brought them to Miami when we've gone. Like, they're just so cute and so comfortable, and they work with any outfit because they're neutral. So that, I think those were maybe like $40 or so, and again, have just worn them so much that like they are a staple in my summer wardrobe. A great purchase. Would buy again. One more thing in the like clothing wear category is this matching set, believe it or not, from TikTok Shop. It's this like oversized shirt with these comfy shorts that have pockets. This has been my go-to set for wearing it as a beach cover-up or like a pool cover-up, even just wearing it around in like warm weather places. Such a cute set, good for travel, good for leisure, good for out and about. And again, I think it was like maybe $20. So the value for the price, can't beat it. Would get more of these in different colors and probably will next year. Get into the good stuff. And this is where I get really excited. Number 2, best purchase of the year. It's actually a couple of purchases. Keeping on the TikTok Shop trend, I definitely went a little crazy. Had some bad purchases from TikTok Shop, but had some really good ones. And these are a few of them. If you've watched other vlogs, I talk about some of the bags that I have purchased from TikTok Shop. These 3 being my absolute favorite. When I tell you each of these bags, less than $12 or $13. Like, this was $11 on TikTok Shop. I don't remember exactly how much these 2 were, but I know they were less than $15 each. Like, I've literally used this as a bag for going to a wedding. Like, my cousin got married in Paris this summer. This was my bag that I brought. Date night, this is the bag. Anytime I'm like going out in New York, like, it's such a perfect little like brown leather bag, you know, like espresso martini bag. This is it. This is the one I'm taking if I'm going out to a club, if I'm going out with friends, if I'm going on a date night with my boyfriend. This is my bag. And it comes with 2 different straps. I think this black one came with 2 different straps. This comes with straps. I never use it with a strap because I think this is so cute as like a little clutch bag. Perfect for the summer. I brought this to Miami. I brought this to Barbados. Like, has so much space. It zips so it's secure. Literally could rave about all of these bags for so long. I've always been a bag lady, but TikTok Shop has done something different, and I don't know how they make such great bags for such low prices, but oh my gosh, I love their bags, and I will continue to rave about these for as long as they last. And I guarantee I will buy more in 2026. But with that, it is time for what I think is my best purchase of 2025. And the best part about this purchase is that I used cash back rewards to get gift cards to pay for it. So it really feels like it was almost free because I only spent like $35 of my own like actual money. That wasn't gift card money. I think you know what it is. We have to make our way to the entryway to see this one. It's not looking the best right now because I've used it quite a bit and it's been raining today. But it's my scooter, ladies and gentlemen. This scooter that was about $300, that's the charger right there, was about $300, and it has saved me probably already more than that. Like, this thing, the best. Literally the best money I spent all year because I have to commute to and from my studio. I don't live too far, so it's just easy. I don't live near public transit that makes it convenient to get to work. So to be able to just hop on a scooter and get to work within like 10 minutes has been a game changer. There's one city bike dock that everybody uses, and if you know, like if you're familiar with me, I used to city bike all the time. I barely city bike anymore because it's just like I am tired of the fight or having to run and hope there's still one bike there, and then the second I get outside it's being undocked by someone, and then I'm like, okay, well crap, now I'm gonna be late for work. Like, it's just so unreliable because of where I live now. Where I was before, there was kind of like always bikes and it wasn't an issue, but here it's just not as convenient. And also, like, there are times, especially now, where I'm going from one studio to another studio, uptown, downtown, all over the place, and it's like, it racks up. So being able to just use my scooter and like charge it at home, charge it at work, has been a game changer for saving money and just for convenience. Like, I can be like, okay, I'm going from this studio to this studio. I know it's gonna take me 12 minutes. You know, it's like, it's been the best. So highly recommend if you live in a city and you are looking for some easy transport and you don't have to go that far. The scooter, I think it's linked in my Amazon storefront. If it's not, I will make sure it is, because that has hands down been my best purchase of 2025. So with that, those are my best and worst purchases of 2025 and some of my honorable mentions of the apartment that I'm just obsessed with. So let me know what you think. Do you agree? Would you, if you've been watching the vlogs and you've like paid attention, are there other things that you would have put in those lists or not? But I'd love to know what you guys think. And I hope you found this a little bit entertaining, and stay tuned for more fun to come in 2026. If we like this, maybe I'll make this a series that I do every year of my best and worst purchases. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed looking at mine and my boyfriend's Christmas tree that we decorated together. And have a wonderful holiday season and a great new year. And I will see you guys in 2026. Bye!